information. I would be willing to bet that I do more for wildlife than every person in this room combined. The very premise of the bill to eliminate the current Fish and Wildlife Board is founded in bigotry, classism, and discrimination. Privileged anti-hunters and anti-trappers have the time and money to be in the state house and to hire high-priced lobbyists. The Fish and Wildlife Board has done a good job overseeing Vermont's fish and wildlife for many years. Those who seek to replace it have stated publicly that they want to end all hunting and trapping. Would you appoint a white supremacist or a neo-Nazi to a social justice commission? The majority of sportsmen are working class or working poor. The people who are pushing for these changes are largely privileged white people. It is a clear example of discrimination and classism of the people they do not respect. I would challenge the committee to stop by any automotive, truck, heavy equipment, or farm machinery shop and ask the people who work there if they support this legislation. You will find little, if any, support for the disposal of the Fish and Wildlife Board. To change the structure of the board that is functioning, as well as any board in the state, would be wrong. In my view, it would be one more step towards the cultural genocide of my people.
The committee, although I think some of your points are kind of trying to reflect on the intent behind it. I would just say, I grew up in a low income situation. I live in affordable housing. I come from a family of people who hunt. In fact, yesterday was talking to someone about this very subject in an automotive, in a garage. So it was very apropos that you brought that up. And they actually did agree with my opinion. So I don't think that that's a fair characterization of the bill, although I really respect the points you make. And we certainly should make sure that as we're creating legislation, that we're considering the concerns of folks who aren't able to afford to have a lobbyist present. And I would even say our chair actually is on construction sites the other part of the year. And so, so I would say that while he may not be able to afford a lobbyist on this, he certainly does have some perspectives from that tradesperson role.
Why does that matter?
I think that's the point.
So, same, okay, first of all, I want to point out I have not said a word for 2 hours. It's just giving the impression that, well, we got game taken care of, so there's nothing more to do. It actually is. And the argument, we don't want people who see game in ways other than hunting, fishing, and trapping. We don't want them on the board because they're going to get in the way. They're not worth the program. You could say that as well about having hunters and fishermen, and I have hunted. I'm not anti-hunting either, but you could say the same thing about having consumptive users, hunters and fishermen and trappers on the board. The idea is that you want a broader view.